Thank you very much for joining our online session. Start session by praying. Om Adhyanatimidamnasti Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshurunnatam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namo Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Greshta Abhipale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swamiti Namane Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Greshta Abhipale Srimate Vedanta Swamiti Namane Namaste Saras Gauravani Pachati Shri Shri Srimati Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Makam Bhakti Yatkripādaṁ Shri Bhagavatāram Paramanandam Shri Yasya Deve Parābhakti Yatā Devi Tatā Guru Tasya Iti Katitāhi Artāt Āshadhi Yavanta Pravashya Mahacama Prasiddham Sikhi Titra Shakti Dharasudhan Shastra Pranam Bhagavate Prashaya Jivare Harivanya Krishna Chitta Bhajan Samsara Om Jana Supapta Vanchayam Samsara. So reading from the book The Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada, editing and translating. In 1966, Srila Prabhupada gladly accepted the offer of Haigriva Das, a university English instructor, to edit his writing. Haigriva selectively changed Srila Prabhupada's words, working on the grammar, punctuation, and spelling to make the text more readable for contemporary English-speaking Westerners. Although, from the purely spiritual perspective, Srila Prabhupada's writing was perfect, he wanted his editors to present it in such a nice way that it may be accepted in any scholarly society. Now, we have to do things very dexterously. Simply, we have to see that there is no spelling or grammatical mistake in our book. We do not mind for any good style. Our style is Hare Krishna. But still, we should not present a shabby thing. Although Krishna literatures are so nice that even if they are presented in broken and irregular ways, such literature are welcomed, read, and respected by bona fide devotees. Srila Prabhupada did not like errors. We should be very much careful about grammatical and printing mistakes that will mar the prestige of the press and the institution. What is this mar? Impair, appearance, impair, quality, spoil. If the books are printed, with spelling mistakes and other mistakes, and that will be a discredit for our publication. So please see that editorial work is done very nicely. Why should there be mistakes? Mistakes make the book useless. You must be very, very careful. It will be detrimental to the sales. He admonished. There should be no such negligence like this. Otherwise, what is the use of such editing? Everything must be done very carefully and attentively. Important editing guidelines. I'm glad that you're not omitting anything, but just making grammatical corrections and phrasing for force and clarity. More, do not change Srila Prabhupada's ideas or style. While lambasting Western editors for doing havoc, Srila Prabhupada trusted others. To Jayadvaita Das, he wrote, "It is very encouraging to see you are a good and scrutinizing editor. May Krishna bless you. Do it at your best discretion, as Krishna will dictate from within you. I can rely on you. Thank you for your devoted work. Continue your prescribed duty and train others." Srila Prabhupada wanted his books published to a high standard in other languages also. Concerning French and German translations, he instructed, "You must see that all work is thoroughly corrected by mutual checking so that errors of spelling and grammar will not appear in the printing." While noting that his first books had some discrepancies, Srila Prabhupada wanted the translations be done perfectly. It is not that we may present anything, true translation, and that is acceptable. No. Even though the transcendental subject matter of Vedic literature is still spiritually potent, despite the crudest translation, still because we have facility to make it perfect. That is our philosophy. When I translated Srimad Bhagavatam, I did not have facility. So you may notice grammatical discrepancies. But now you have got all facility to translate our books in perfect German. He was particular that translators not make philosophical errors. They must translate as it is. They must not deviate. Regarding the Bengali translation by S. Ganguly, it is almost perfect, 90%, but 10% incorrect. He is a new man. Therefore, there are little discrepancies with our thoughts. Besides that, there are some mistakes in spelling of Sanskrit verses. Even it is 99% all right, still that 1% must be corrected. To a devotee translating into Portuguese, Srila Prabhupada wrote, be careful not to change anything but present it exactly as it is. Back to Godhead magazine, the first ever edition of Back to Godhead, published in 1944, declared that it was edited and founded under direct order of His Divine Grace, Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, by Abhay Charan De. Soon after incorporating ISKCON in 1966. Before starting any other of the programs for which ISKCON was to become famous, Srila Prabhupada revived Back to Godhead, affectionately known as BTG, by giving it as a project to his fledgling disciples to produce and distribute. Its purpose. Our first business is to wake up the general mass of people from this illusory condition of life. Back to Godhead is especially meant for that purpose. We are publishing forward Back to Godhead to the general mass of people so that they can come to the first status of enlightenment. The content follows from the purpose. The subject matter of Back to Godhead should be how to convince people by reasoning, by philosophy, by science, and by argument that they are the subject matter of Back to Godhead should be how to convince people by reasoning, by philosophy, by science, and by argument that they are in an illusory state. It should generally deal with the first two stages of understanding in Krishna consciousness to awaken the relationship with Krishna and to train people. Our propagation is to turn people's minds to the actual existence of God, and we want to preach that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that to understand Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita is the first and foremost scripture. And to be in constant touch with Krishna, the only vibration is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. And the only activities or engagement of the people should be in the service of Krishna. These four principles should be thoroughly preached through our Back to Godhead. All thought-provoking articles, philosophy, logic, arts, sciences, everything should be engaged to develop this idea. Later, Srila Prabhupada assigned a punchier role to the BTG, exhorting his followers to make a revolution with his Back to Godhead magazine and putting it in the front line of the battle against bogus theories. Now, Back to Godhead magazine has gone in the gutter. Nobody knows what is that magazine is all about. It's there, but it's not there. Now, Back to Godhead magazine is not at all there. International Back to Godhead magazine, people don't know what is that. Although they are printing. In India, I don't know anybody is ordering nowadays Back to Godhead magazine. Maybe from the last 4 or 5 years, I have not seen even one edition of that. Because most of the articles are printed by, I know who is doing it, and they only print. That's all. The rest of the ISKCON, they don't bother what is happening in Back to Godhead magazine. Am I right or not? What devotees think? Most of the devotees, of course, nobody Nowadays is reading, that is another thing, but back to Godhead is now has gone, I don't know, back to Patal Lok. It is not at all there in one sense. Prabhupada wanted so much, and somehow that is neglected like anything. And go on exposing them. Back to Godhead is meant for exposing. And nowadays, what kind of articles they write? 3, 4 devotees, they always write articles. They are meant just to keep write articles, but that articles, it is not like the BTG was there previously. Mm. That is one of the reasons. There are so many other reasons also. Go on exposing them. That is the purpose of Bhakti Godhead, to expose their materialistic ideas as all nonsense and present the real philosophy that Lord Krishna gives. It is real knowledge. Stating that Bhakti Godhead is Krishna himself, dubbing it the backbone of our movement and pushing for it to be published in millions. Millions, not even thousands are getting print nowadays. Srila Prabhupada ascribed prime importance to Back to Godhead. Back to Godhead will always remain the backbone of the society, because the more magazine is popular, the more our society becomes popular. No temple has Back to Godhead. They don't bother. No temple bothers Back to Godhead. No temple. Back to Godhead must be improved. BTG must be improved to the fullest extent, because it is the backbone of our society. BTG is practically our vital line of existence. The more we distribute BTG, the more we become stronger in our preaching program. These are all quotes just for the sake of reading. Practically nothing, zero is happening. Back to Godhead should be massively distributed. Nobody is distributing. Everybody is distributing Bhagavad Gita and then finally getting the score and becoming big and getting awards. That's all. And BTG will be published not in hundreds of thousands, but in millions. That will give me great solace. Prabhupada, maybe it will not give you solace now. It is not even printed in thousands, what to speak of millions. Hundreds, maybe hundreds are printed. Tamil, on the whole, they are printing 2000, I think. 2000 they are printing. Tamil, how many? I don't know. 30,000? I don't know, 30,000 they are printing. Tamil, Gujarati, I saw. Telugu, I don't know. English, Krishna only is not happening. I wish to see that this magazine is published and distributed in the American way, like the Reader's Digest Life. Till now, Reader's Digest is going on. Life is not there. Life magazine is gone. Time magazine is there. I wish to see that this magazine is published and distributed the American way, like how Reader's Digest Life, etc. are published in millions and distributed all over the world. Actually, the position of BTG should be more important than any mundane knowledge, mundane magazine, because it contains the quintessence of human necessities. Srila Prabhupada's enthusiasm for BTG was palpable. Please recognize BTG distribution and do it nicely. Sankirtan party and distribution of our magazines and books is our real program. Other things are temporary. You should utilize this program of Sankirtan and book distribution vigorously. You should give all our energy for distributing Back to Godhead. Actually, that is our most important business, to distribute our Back to Godhead magazine. We go on in this way with enthusiasm and determination for distributing BTG, everyone you meet, then Krishna will surely bless you more and more. I cannot stress this point enough, that we must handle this publication of Back to Godhead very nicely, for it is one of the most important aspects of our society. Our Back to Godhead is the backbone of our movement, so we should always be thinking how to increase it, increase it, increase it. A major effect of doing so, if you can publish these magazines, you will get many supporters and sympathizers. This is what is important. Not that you distribute food and open hospital, you will get supporters and sympathizers. That is bogus supporters and sympathizers. Feeding poor, Annamrita, Annadan, Akshay Patra, these are all bogus money-making commercial things, fit for nothing. As attested in several letters, Srila Prabhupada wanted Bhakti Goddess to be produced in many languages throughout the world. Prior to Srila Prabhupada's departure from this, it was published in 4 languages, Indian languages: Bengali, Gujarati, Hindi, and Oriya, with the generic title Bhagavad Darshana, as approved by Srila Prabhupada. Although it was never actually produced, Srila Prabhupada wrote with happy approval that my long desired scheme of a Krishna conscious daily newspaper is being implemented. It will be a great step in the history. It will be a great step in the history of ISKCON movement. Okay. Is anybody there? Vasant Das from Kuwait. Hare Krishna. Vasant ji.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Dandat Pranam. How is Bahrain? Bombs everywhere or missiles, or it is okay now?
No, I'm in Kuwait, Prabhuji, not in Bahrain.
Oh, Kuwait. How is that? Kuwait is fine. There's no no missiles.
Prabhuji, yeah, compared to 2 days, from yesterday and today, there is not that much. Yesterday morning there was blast, and today it was quiet. So
yeah,
we are praying.
UAE, in Abu Dhabi, they just dropped the bomb in the airport, Abu Dhabi International Airport.
Yeah, most of the airports got hit by them, Prabhuji. So Kuwait, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, everywhere.
Yeah, you're in the fire. Now your chanting will give a lot of effect.
Yes, and the one good thing is, Prabhuji, we have now, his case, Gaurang Darshan Prabhuji is on visit to Kuwait. So he is stuck here. So we have continuous his classes, morning, afternoon, and evening. So
he's stuck.
and
He's stuck in Dubai, huh? Sorry, in Kuwait.
Yes. So we are very happy that Krishna is so merciful. So through him we are hearing Krishna Katha.
Good that you have ISKCON devotees. Somebody is there who is giving katha. Okay, so we will continue reading from the book. Okay.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Jagannath Chandra Prabhu, I wanted one thing from you. Do you have the hard copy? Jagannath Chandra Prabhu?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sorry, yeah, I was on mute. Yeah, tell me.
Do you have the hard copy?
Yes, I have hard copy. Yes, fresh one, which is not.
Please check the physical copy, volume 2. What is the last section and what is the last essay? Last essay. What is the name of the last essay?
Prabhuji, actually, currently I am having a dinner, Prabhu. Do you need to check immediately?
Yeah, okay. You're having dinner.
I will check immediately. Just give me 2 minutes, Prabhu. I will just. You just type the message in chat. What do you want me to do? I will just go and.
No, the last section of the volume 2. That's all.
Last section of the volume 2. Okay, Prabhu. I just watch my.
Okay. Chapter 3, ISKCON centers temples as Vaikuntha. The spiritual world is called Vaikuntha, which means without anxiety. In the material world, everything is full of anxiety, kuntha. Whereas in the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, everything is free from anxiety. The spiritual world can manifest within this material world for any place where the Supreme Personality of Godhead is present. By his name, form, qualities, or paraphernalia, immediately becomes a Dhamma. According to this principle, Vishnu temples, including those of ISKCON, are Vaikuntha, the spiritual world. Having come from that spiritual realm, Srila Prabhupada created outposts of Vaikuntha here on earth and invited people of the world to avail themselves of the spiritual atmosphere. This Krishna consciousness movement affords one the opportunity to live in the temple of the Lord, which is as good as Vaikuntha.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can you please pause? Because, Prabhuji, it's chapter 3 India Mission, and the last chapter name is Bangladesh.
One second. Let me check. No, volume 2, last chapter is Bangladesh.
Yes, so chapter 3 India mission. Last chapter is Bangladesh.
India mission. Mass and class preaching.
There's an appendix also in the last, but
Appendix is fine.
no
But,
appendix. Before Bangladesh is the Bhaktivedanta Swami Charity Trust.
I found Manipur. Under what section? Which part? Part 13, 14,
Part 11. Part 11, chapter 3, India mission, the India mission, and in the India mission, the last is the Bangladesh.
Okay, that means volume 3 begins with highest welfare work, part 12.
Yes.
Okay, that is what I wanted to know. Here I will just bookmark that strategies for India preaching, and here the last one is overseas Indians. Bangladesh is the last one. Anyhow, I came here, so I will bookmark this. Because this will go. Okay. Now I have to go to the same place. To go. Go to page or location. I think it was 1099. No. Book production and distribution. Back to Godhead magazine. Temples as Vaikuntha. We're reading this. Okay. Okay. ISKCON temples are Vaikuntha because they replicate the activities and atmosphere of Vaikuntha. In this age, since it is impossible to go to the forest for spiritual culture, one is recommended to live in the temple community as a devotee, regularly worship the deity, follow the regulative principles, and thus make the place like Vaikuntha. When one lives in the temple community, he lives in Vaikuntha. Our temples are not in this material world. The temple is Vaikuntha, where Krishna is remembered and served 24 hours daily without stopping. So we already are in Vaikuntha by participating in the temple activities. A Vishnu temple within this world is different from this material world. As soon as we are in the temple, we should know very well that we are situated differently from the material world. The three modes, Satoguna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna, have no entrance into the temple. To live in the temple means to live in Vaikuntha Loka. By Krishna consciousness, Japan or Los Angeles or New York or anywhere becomes Vaikuntha. We are not in Japan, we are in Vaikuntha, this temple. When I go to Los Angeles, I'm in Vaikuntha. When I go to New York, I'm in Vaikuntha. Wherever we have temple, that is Vaikuntha. Haribo. This is possible because whenever there is Krishna, wherever there is Krishna, that is Vaikuntha or Vrindavan. Our temple is Vaikuntha because the devotees are chanting the glories of the Lord. Vaikuntha is not limited. As Krishna can expand himself, similarly Vaikuntha can also expand. Vrindavan can expand. So wherever there is Krishna, that is Vaikuntha. And where is Krishna? Where is Krishna not? That is to be appreciated. Where is Krishna not? If anyone appreciates Krishna everywhere, then he is living in Vaikuntha. He is not living in hell or Los Angeles. And thus, whenever there are my established, wherever there are my established deities, that is Vrindavan. Anywhere I have got a temple, that is Vrindavan. However, it is not merely by designating a building as a temple that it becomes spiritual. Devotees must be in Vaikuntha consciousness by strictly following the required regulations. Then Vaikuntha manifests in Los Angeles or anywhere else. In this temple, we are living in the spiritual world because here there is no other business than Krishna consciousness. There is no other engagement. Although it is practiced just like an apprentice is deity worship, Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam. Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 7, Chapter 5, Text 23. So many engagements, but it is not an account of Krishna. Therefore, those who are strictly following the regulations of Krishna consciousness is living in the spiritual world. He is not in the material world. Just like we are living in Los Angeles, we are living in Vaikuntha. Similarly, Vrindavan manifests in Melbourne or anywhere else. Everywhere is Vrindavan. Wherever there is Krishna's temple, Krishna's Sankirtan, there is Vrindavan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that my mind is always Vrindavan because he's always thinking of Krishna. Krishna is there. He's Krishna himself just to teach us. So similarly, anywhere you live, if you're actually a follower of the instruction of Krishna, as Krishna says, then wherever you live is Vrindavan. Do not think that because in Melbourne we have got a temple, the Melbourne deities are here, so that is not Vrindavan. There is also Vrindavan. You worship the deity very religiously, following the rules and regulations. Wherever you do, that is Vrindavan. Therefore, after stating that our London temple is a replica of Vaikuntha, Srila Prabhupada added the rider. So live there peacefully, chant the regular beads, and follow the regulative principles. Oasis. These temples are just like oases in the desert for the conditioned souls to quench the thirst of the desire for real happiness. Enthused by the expansion of the ISKCON oasis, Srila Prabhupada envisioned done in every town and village. These branches are like oases in a vast desert. In the desert, there is no water. Occasionally, if one is fortunate, he may come in contact with an oasis, he is saved. Similarly, in this material world, we are drying up due to lack of spiritual knowledge. Our ISKCON centers are meant to give relief to the dried up conditioned souls who are searching after the nectar of joyful life. So I request you and all other members of ISKCON to flood the world with Krishna conscious centers and realize the prediction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As many towns and villages there are, my name will be known. Another angle on why they are oases. So many rascals are there. This is the only shelter to be protected from all these rascals. These ISKCON centers are the only shelter. In more detail, your temple is like oasis in a desert. It is a fact that our temples are providing shelter from the burning forest fires of material existence. It does not matter. Poor quarter or rich quarter, our temples have nothing to do with any material situation. They are situated in the spiritual sky. And as they are situated in the spiritual sky, and as such, they are the only alternative offering relief from the miseries of all kinds of material conditions of life. So I encourage people to come and spend time with us in the temple and become purified from all contaminations and anxieties. Everyone is suffering from thirst for spiritual life or Krishna consciousness, and it is the temple which can offer them Krishna consciousness to satisfy the thirst. Attractive. Desiring to demonstrate genuine spiritual life, Srila Prabhupada wanted the spiritual culture in ISKCON temples maintained at the optimum level so that visitors will be attracted by the atmosphere. Those who are inmates of the temple should be such nice devotees that anyone who will come in the association of devotees will immediately develop a sense of devotion. Must make it such a blissful, peaceful atmosphere that many persons will be attracted to come and live with us. This is the biggest problem now. There should be soothing atmosphere in the temple of worship to attract the burning attention of the non-devotees always engaged in material wranglings. Regarding the new acquired property in Los Angeles at the time, the finest physical facility in all of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada told the temple president, we don't require such a nice place for ourselves. We are prepared to live anywhere, but such a nice place will give us opportunity, my gentlemen, to come and learn about this Krishna consciousness. Similar statements. We are Vaishnavas. Means we can live under a tree. The main thing is preaching. So if preaching is going on, that is enough. But because people want a comfortable place to sit down and chant, therefore we have got many our centers around the world. So just to accommodate such public, you can get a house wherever it is possible and decorate it very nicely for attracting the citizens. For ourselves, we do not require a temple for serving Krishna, because the public must have a comfortable place to sit down and chant Krishna. Therefore, we get a new house, install a deity, decorate nicely, and invite everyone. Not only should the appearance and decor of the temple be such that people feel comfortable to visit, they must also be Krishna conscious activities whereby visitors can be benefited. We are making our temples very nice and gorgeous so that people will come and take Krishna consciousness. If we do not have this house, then they would not come, just like here in Mayapur, because we have this very big house. We have this very big house. People are people are coming to visit and stay. They attend aartis, listen to my lectures, and take prasad. If we did not have this house, then they would not come. This is the meaning of a temple. There must always be activity, not that we have a nice house for comfortable living. Okay, so we'll stop here and we'll continue tomorrow. Unless until some devotees have something to ask or anything. So tomorrow we are doing it 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock Indian Standard Time. Tomorrow being a Sunday. So hope everybody attends it, participates. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhibhyev cha
Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo.
Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As well as Bhakti Kaswan Maharaj ki jai. The modern mission of Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.